G'day folks, thanks for joining us. Just going to fool around with some sort of semi-abstract painting in oils here today. So I won't be talking too much, but feel free to ask questions and I'll check in during our live stream for any questions you have. Okay. So I'm just getting my laptop set up so that I can answer any questions if there are any. Cool. So this is going to be a semi-abstract of a place called the Coloured Sands, which is near where I live here in Queensland, north of New South Wales. Not New South Wales, I'm talking about north of Noosa. North of Noosa. Forget where I am sometimes. Big brush. So feel free to ask me questions as we go. I won't be talking the whole time, but I'll stop and answer questions a few times if you like. And this is a painting I'm largely making up based on a subject that I've painted a few times, place I went to visit recently. A place called the Coloured Sands near Rainbow Beach. So I'm just doing some sort of interpretive, abstract-y type versions of it, not using photo reference or anything like that. Cool. So let me know where you're all from. Whereabouts you're watching from today. I'm in the Noosa area, which is in north of Brisbane in Queensland. What about you guys? I'd love to know where you're all tuning in from, especially given the time that this is on. Type it in the chat there, let us know. Or the comments if you're watching this afterwards. Now what I'm doing here, I'm really just blocking in and putting some colour down just to get rid of some of the white. On there. So this canvas is a 20 by 28 inch canvas. A little bit bigger than what I regularly paint on, but for getting really loose and free format, I think it's one of the smaller works that I've been doing. If you're interested, and they're a little bit more restrictive, obviously. This to be too uniform, this painting, so I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'll come back to it in a sec. I'm going to just throw in some brighter, warm tones into that sky in a moment. First of all, I just need to get that colour down. I'll just pick up a little pinhead of the yellow and a pinhead of the red, and I'll pop that in with some white into the mix, pick up a little bit of that blue so that I end up with broken colour like so. Now keep in mind this is under the blocking, so I'll be adjusting all of this. However, just to get a little bit of colour in there. If you're a neat painter, you probably freaking out watching me doing this, which is perfectly fine. Some people are very neat, particular and methodical, and others are a bit wilder and looser. that second category, I suspect. At the end of the day though, there's no mistakes. No mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. There are things that work and things that don't work, of course. But everything can be corrected. Everything can be corrected. Sometimes it's easy to move the paint around with a palette knife. Trying not to stand in front of the camera too much. Some of those spots are going to be a little challenging to get to. Pardon me. Also try a bigger knife here. Guys, soon get that sorted out. My new knife from Liquitex. Very handy little device, this one. I'm really enjoying playing around with it and using it. It's a good way to create some very random abstracty feel, but still maintain a degree of realism in what you're doing. I mean, you can still tell it's going to be a seascape, it's going to be water, sand, sky and so on, but it also has a looser abstract feel to it, which is what we're going for. Sort of scrape it off into a big roll like that. And come back to where you want to apply it. I'll show you another version that I did. This is what I did in acrylics this week. It's on the Learn to Paint TV show episode, and you'll find it on my YouTube channel as well. I'm actually going to give that one away as part of a prize draw this week. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But you know, that's what I'm heading towards, is just another sort of bigger more abstract version of that same painting. But I'm not using that as a reference. You know, I've sort of got the idea in my head of what we're doing, and I'm just working towards that idea at this stage. Really, most of it's from memory, and what I'm really trying to capture is not a, you know, precise rendering of it, but more of a, you know, the atmosphere of it, the feeling of the place. That's what I'm really going for. I just love the breaking colours you can get with these bigger knives. So if you're watching this on the replay on our YouTube channel, please leave a comment and let me know whereabouts in the world you are. I always find that interesting to know where everyone is. And I will, in the details of this, after we finish doing the live stream, I'll pop in a URL there where you can get access to one of our free painting courses at the Learn to Paint Academy. We don't always do it this abstract. In fact, our beginner classes are quite a bit more methodical and teach you more of a process. Okay, where to go from here, Rod? Might add just a little bit of extra CAD yellow into that mix, maybe. Just from here. Just darkening up that corner so the eye doesn't run out of this corner here. It's always a good trick. Try and have your corners pointing in, so that's why I've got that darker. I'll probably need to darken that up, although the eye will run down the hill anyway, so it doesn't really matter with that corner, but the other corners will definitely want to have them darker and pointing in. So for that reason, I'll often just grab, you know, dark like that and just pop that in. Like so. Getting there. Getting there. So when doing these more abstract seascapes, I find there are some things I prefer to put in with the palette knife and some things I prefer to put in with a brush. And it's just a matter of experimenting until you come up with your own preferred way of working, as with anything to do with painting. Preferred medium, preferred style, all that can only come about by having a go, really. But yeah, I prefer to put my sand in with a palette knife. Otherwise with the sand you can paint it really flat and boring looking. And I'll put my water in with a brush, because then you get more sort of fluid movements, whereas the palette knife tends to be a bit chunkier. And the sky, I do a combination of both, which you'll see depending on how long we run this for. Welcome to those people just joining us. So let's get a little bit of colour into the water just to get something started there. Medium already. Notice this painting is it's really a simple painting. It's a couple of big shapes. You've got the shape of the cliff here, which will then break down into smaller shapes within there. But the big shapes, you've got the sky, you've got the water, and you've got the sand. So only a few sort of big shapes. And then you want to get the elements right in each of those, and then just connect those elements together. painting can be quite simple when you break it down into a simplistic approach. It's when you're trying to overcomplicate it, it gets hard. And I'm only using a handful of colours really in this. Well, yeah, there's a few colours in there. Like there's a bit of viridian green there. This water was like a turquoise water. And so I don't have turquoise, but a bit of viridian. I don't have phthalo because I'm using the Winsor & Newton, and they have viridian instead of phthalo. Just darken it up over on that side there. Again, I'm only blocking in at this stage, so I'm not going for a finished look. I'm keeping it as abstract as I can during the blocking phase. So I'm holding the brush down the end, rather than, right up here and doing it really fine and finicky. I'm holding it right down the end and trying to keep the brush movement fluid and keep it loose, basically. People say to me all the time, how do you get such a loose feel into your painting, but yet still have that degree of realism in there, like it's obvious it's what it is. And well, the answer is to be loose when you're painting. Don't be rigid and uptight. And I know that's the simplistic view, right? How do you actually do that? I think painting is largely a reflection of your personality, and a lot of our personality comes out in the painting. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. You can bring all your own life frustrations to your painting, and they can come out as well. And so if you're an uptight personality, there's nothing wrong with that, but you probably will end up painting a little bit uptight as well as a result of that. I guess that means I've got a fairly loose, fluid approach to life rather than taking it all too seriously. Just getting a bit of darker blue over in there. Probably need a touch of red here and there in this water as well. I want to connect these elements. You don't want to overdo it, obviously, but just get a couple of little tones. Now I'll tighten up that water a little as I progress the painting. It's going okay. It's going okay. So that's what I would consider to be the blocking of this painting. I wouldn't do much more. Usually when I get to this stage of any painting, I would, especially if it was acrylic, I'd deliberately go and wait a couple of hours until the acrylic completely dried, and then I'd come back and I'd start to pull the different elements together, details and highlights, and then the finishing touches in it. That's if it's acrylics. Being oils, I've painted that with a fair bit of thinner, especially in through the headland. There was a lot of thinner in there. It's quite an absorbent canvas. I can start working back into that now. And the sky, no problem at all. Down here, it's a little bit chunkier. It's going to be harder to move that wet paint, but I could do it. So yeah, I'd normally have a break at this stage and come back and have a good look at it. I think it's working overall as a blocking and has potential. So now it's a matter of pulling it all together. So let me grab it. So if you have a look at this one, this is the one I'm going to give away this week. I'm going to do a video live stream tomorrow morning announcing the competition for this one. So if you're on my Facebook page, More Art School, just search on Facebook for More Art School. Like our page there, you'll see the details on this. But all these brighter colours here have all been added over a blocking like this. So I've done my sky a little bit wilder. The sky's a bit more muted in this, but you can see the dark brown in there, right? The layer underneath all of that. So that's what my blocking was, that darker brown there, okay, that earthy tone. So that's essentially what I've done here. I've done it a little bit different, but it's essentially what I've done. So that was an acrylic, and this one I'm doing is a larger one. Probably pop this up on Blue Thumb or somewhere like that, one of the online galleries. So I'm going to take a bit more time with it. But it's the same working approach basically. The fact that I did that one in acrylic and this one in oil makes no difference at all, because I paint in acrylics in the same basic sort of way as I do with the oils. And that's what we teach at the Learn to Paint Academy, right? All of our acrylic painting lessons there are taught as though you were using oils. So it's a very easy transition between the two. Okay, so I'm going to wind this up in a moment because I just wanted to do this little live on how I get started on a painting like this. I might do another live on me finishing it, but I'll just show you one little bit of what I do. So at this point what I do is I come back in now and get my main subject. I'd start to put the details and the highlights, and I'd work that up, and then I'd come back to the water, sand and sky and bring those up to balance with the work I've done on the main subject. So just to show you how I get that started, I'd go with the white. So now I'm going to go with my really warmer tone. So this is the coloured sands, and it has orangey, reddy yellows. So now I'm taking, you know, hot, warm tones into that white. And I wish I could show you my palette, but see on there, see how the colour's all broken? A lot of broken colour in there. That's what I want. I don't overmix it. And then I'll scrape off a chunk like that. And then I'll say, okay, I've got foliage coming in through there, but in here is where the sand dunes are going to be. And notice that undertone, that brown that we've painted as the blocking there, notice that that's still coming through. It's breaking through because of the way we're using the palette knife to apply the paint. Okay, and then I'll just start building this up, and some parts I'll go a bit warmer, some parts a bit cooler. I'll grey it off as it heads down the beach like that. But that's basically the approach that I would take now to start to develop this painting. But what I wanted to show you was how we actually get started. And so I think I'll stop the live stream there. I'll work this up, might take me a few hours, and then I'll do another live stream where I show you, the finishing side of it, and I'll talk you through what I've done to really work it up. Alrighty, thank you all very much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you go and like my Facebook page, More Art School. Go and like that, because tomorrow morning I'm going to announce how the competition is going to work, and my battery's about to run out. So yeah, go and go on to Facebook, search for More Art School, like the page, and then you'll get the details on how you can win that other painting. All right, thanks very much for watching. Cheers for now.